Hi, today I'm going to show you a trick in Vim which allows you to increment or decrement decimal or hexadecimal numbers or even alphabets using a very simple shortcut. To demonstrate this, I have the C file from ARM tested from my project and I want to extend this array to another 16 entries. As you can see, there are already 16 entries in this array. I want to have another 16 entries. So what can be normally done is that copy all the 16 entries and simply paste it. We have extended this array for another 16 entries, but I also want to have this value incremented in a sequential fashion, something like this. Since it is a hexadecimal value, I'm incrementing in a hexadecimal fashion. This feels like a very simple process, but it's also very time consuming, and it's not a effective way of using them. As many of you know, Vim is to use less keystroke and get things done in a faster fashion. I'm going to undo all these changes and I'm going to show you how it can be done with a few keystrokes. What I'm going to do is to copy this line and paste it 16 times using 16p shortcut. So this I've copied this last line and I have created a 16 entries. So again, I can simply go on to increment these values, but that's not an efficient manner. So there is a shortcut in Vim which allows you to increment or decrement with a simple shortcut. The shortcut is Ctrl A. As you can see, it has detected that it's a hexadecimal value and I've incremented it properly. So again, I can do Ctrl A twice, Ctrl A thrice, and so on. So the simplest way is to visually select this entire line. Please notice that I have selected including 0x to indicate that is hexadecimal value and press Ctrl A. It has incremented the value for all the entries, but it's not in a sequential fashion. To have this values incremented in a sequential fashion, visually, visually select all the line and press G Ctrl A. It has detected the hexadecimal value and it has um, incremented in a proper fashion. As you can notice, after 0x1i, it has jumped to 0x1a. So this can be done for a normal value also. So if I only select these lines and press Ctrl A, it will become 2. It didn't detect hexadecimal value because I haven't selected 0x. And you can do the reverse also. You can select a few entries and do Ctrl X to indicate that I have to decrement the value. I haven't pressed a G, that's why it decremented and it didn't do decrement in sequential fashion. What I can do is that do Ctrl X with G at the front. So you can notice that it has decremented sequentially. So I can do the same thing for alphabets also. So if I want to have these alphabets incremented or decremented in a sequential fashion, I can do that too. So select the alphabet and press Ctrl A. But it didn't have increment these values. So for that, you have to set the number format, nrformat to alpha. Now I set to alpha and then select the characters and press Ctrl A. So it detected that it's alphabets and then incremented in a sequential fashion. No, not in a sequential fashion, but in only once. So to increment sequentially, I can press G, Ctrl A, and I can do the decrement also. G, Ctrl X. Sorry, G, Ctrl X. It has decremented and it has seen overflow. There is no negative alphabet as such. and that's why it kept A. So I can learn more about this feature by searching the help. Just simply do help grep nrformats. So as mentioned in the help, so nrformats also support bin octal, which means that octal will have a maximum of 8 values, hexadecimal, and even alphabets too. And the shortcuts for incrementing and decrementing is mentioned here, and even the G shortcut also. Visually select, press G, and then do Ctrl X to subtract or decrement in a sequential manner. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found this video useful.